Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? Sorry about the delay today. I had a friend over visiting very spontaneously, and I didn't have any time for anything else. And he just left about like 10, 15 minutes ago. So yeah. And right now it's extremely cold in my room. Hands are freezing. Normally my computer would heat up the room in the meantime while I'm doing other stuff before it, but right now it's quite cold. Woo, friendship! Yeah, it's an old friend of mine. We grew up in the same city, and he was visiting because of work today, coincidentally, and we basically just spontaneously said, "Hey, if you're already here where I live right now, why not come over visiting?" And yeah. And then we talked about everything, mostly like D&D stuff and other things. You probably like him quite a lot, Panda, because he also really likes D&D, and I think he DMs 1 or 2 games himself, if I remember correctly. Quite a cool dude. Known him for, gosh, I think at least 13, 14 years at the minimum. So, very old friend of mine. I like a lot of people. I mean, that's a very good attitude to have, I think. We should all like more people in general. Because only if we like each other, the world can be a better place. Okay, that was a bit sappy. I apologize. DM. Do you need to make it weird, Panda? No. My hand's starting to unfreeze to, I think, to thaw. Is this the right word? Not sure. I think it is. I can start. I can feel them again. Let me start the game right up. And then, your human culture is a weird thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I cannot deny that. Thank you. Thank you. I'll give you some firewood to warm up. Oh, wait, no, the precious throws. I'd rather freeze than to burn them. Well, thank you anyway. So, let me scoot over in my little corner where I belong. And now we continue. We continue as Lux. As nobody has to continue as Lux. I just forget to write it like this. Because I am in fact Lux. Oh, what is this game? Oh, you weren't here last time. Oh, right, I think you were streaming. This game is called The Forgotten City. It's a game based on, believe it or not, a Skyrim mod. A little fun fact: whenever I do a Skyrim playthrough, the original mod will also be part of the mod list. I was already decided on the mod list. And you basically you are in an ancient Roman city. You were in the present day. You fell through this temple here, and now you're in an ancient Roman city where there is a very interesting stick, which is there's like a small community of like 20 something people there that also got lost there. That's it. I'm no longer streaming. Can't miss another Lux. Don't worry about it. I have no issue telling you the tale that happened so far. It's kind of a stick. It's like kind of a stick anyway. Don't worry about it. So the whole thing is that it's like this city, this hidden city, this forgotten city, hence the name of the game, and down underneath this temple, and there is one rule. There's only one singular rule that existed even before any of those peoples were here. If one person breaks, like, it does something bad, like stealing, murdering, whatever, then the many shall suffer for the sin of the one. The golden rule takes effect, which means they will be all turned to gold, to golden statue, and hence everybody's quite afraid. And we have to stop this from happening in like a time traveling manner. We live through the same day every day until someone breaks the golden rule. Then the game basically repeats, or the day basically repeats, but we have the knowledge and we keep the inventory for the previous days. And we have to figure out who breaks the golden rule, how to break the cycle, to return back to our own time. So this is roughly, it's probably easier to see it. Last stream we went through one cycle, so the golden rule was broken, and now we're back at the beginning of the day. So it's a very interesting concept. Unfortunately, this game does not offer a lot of replay value, because the kind of stick is that you don't know what's happening. And this is Mr. Clean. Also known as Galerius.
I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Lux, and we had this conversation before. We remember everything. He doesn't know we already talked to him. And he will probably think we're crazy now.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius, and you're about to offer to take me to the senators, so he can tell me about the golden rule.
Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem, I have to go.
Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked
Oh?
real hard on it.
Zipline handlebar. A rudimentary wooden zipline handlebar.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be fast.
He dirty though. He's a farmer, so of course he's dirty.
If it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself.
Hence why he's dirty, because he hasn't fallen in the lake.
Safe. Probably.
That's very reassuring. Thank you, Galerius. I'll be going.
All right. See you around.
Bye bye, Galerius. Dr. Clayton. So, I think, yeah. Whee! Bonk. So, let's see what is here. We haven't seen everything in the first day, so there's still a lot of people I think we haven't met, and we still have to uncover a few things. Don't steal anything. Don't hurt anyone. Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Oh yeah, and should be a few around here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. So, wanna see something creepy? We have this golden statue here. And now it should... They whisper to us. And not only that, certain ones, I think like this one probably. Hello? Oh. Hello there. So yeah. They follow us, they whisper to us. We don't know why yet, why this is happening. I mean, granted, I do know why it's happening. I'm not gonna say it. I've already played this game before, but I really, really want to play it again.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cubulatus decius won't give it to me.
Okay, we already knew this. I'm sorry, I wish I could help. Now she probably
Too late.
does.
She just slipped away.
I was hoping to change it and come back later.
No, now it's fine. I can't afford to wallow here, and I need the distraction. What's on your mind?
Okay, we already talked. Oh yeah, there's a new information we have. I can hear the statues whispering. Is this normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Tell me more about Nevia.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good, too. Until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Ooh.
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means.
Breaking the golden rule.
I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I got KF Splinny. Oh my god, you got KFC. Oh, I'm so envious. I've barely eaten anything today. I get right on it.
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let me know how you go.
Okay, so we... Okay. Julia died. Like last time. But if we would have the treatment, we could have saved her today. But we don't have it because this son of a porcupine guy here wants 1,000 denarii for the health thingy. We could steal it and trigger the golden rule and just repeat the day, but I don't want to do it that way. We do have 247 denarii. There's Dolius, we already met him. I kind of want to look where the priestess is, actually.
You know why. How am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon? There are no other weapons in
What's happening here?
Help! You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's going to break the golden rule.
Oh, I remember this. Oh, I don't have a weapon.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise.
Oh, we do need a bow, though. I go right on it.
Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
Oh. Don't do that.
What? Why?
Just trust me.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Wait, who are you?
Fabia, but now's not the time.
Oh, let's talk a bit. Okay, save Fabia's life, trickster. Okay, I do remember that. I remember struggling quite a lot after when I played it the first time. I know what to do in this case. I mean, we already got all the hints we need actually for this.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
Quintius. I don't know Quintius. We shouldn't lie. But we could. I think we can lie. I don't know Quintius.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest.
I wouldn't do that.
Is that understood?
Yeah, got it.
Thank you. Now tell me, Who are you people? And what is this place?
We're just a small community of strangers who wound up by accident. And I put the boat down and you can come in and see for yourself. I probably won't do that if he says so.
A small community. I was told Quintius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
Wait, what a mystery cult?
Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quintius did, those days are numbered.
Got the wrong idea, we are not cultists.
You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret?
I'm still looking for a way out. We're not keeping it a secret, we're all trapped in here.
So you admit you're not allowed to leave?
That we cannot leave. It's not that we're not allowed to leave. We physically can't leave. There's no way out.
Threatening me is not going to help you.
Oh god, what an
But
idiot.
in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me.
God,
And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
It's not a mantra, it's a warning actually.
A distinction without a difference. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues?
Well, funny thing, you would actually believe it. There were once people who were turned into gold as a punishment. I'm sure he's gonna believe that. I mean, it is the truth, but yeah, he would definitely believe it. It does because he's not completely convinced that we're cult already.
You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me.
Sure. We didn't turn him into gold, a god did, and we don't know which one.
Of course you'd say that, but that's what your kind do, isn't it? Our god told us to do it. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice.
Sure thing.
You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quintius is. Do not waste it.
What can you tell me about Quintius? Yeah, I mean, I don't know who he is. We don't have a Quintius here.
Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes.
Okay, I know who he is.
And one blue. He's also known to have delusions of...
Yeah, okay, I definitely know
The
who he
Emperor
is.
says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process.
Actual historical event. Perhaps the Emperor was looking for a scapegoat. Actually, not true. Because it was discovered that the Emperor Nero couldn't... There's a conspiracy theory, you could actually call it that. That Emperor Nero laid the fire, I think it was like 60 CE? 65 CE, somewhere in this timeline. That's Emperor Nero laid the fire. It was blamed on the Christians. But Emperor Nero couldn't have laid the fire. It probably was like a fire that started near the Colosseum by a food stall or something like that. And it just completely got out of hand. The Emperor, it's probably not a good idea. How do you know he set the fires in Rome?
All I know, all I care about, is that the Emperor believes he is guilty and wants him dead. The details are not my concern. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not?
Jesus Christ! Ugh! Hello, Dane. How are you doing? Jeez. Why did I make this redeem? It always scares the shit out of me. Oh my gosh. Ah, get booked, yeah, actually. Ah. You guys gonna make me concussed. Ah. Okay. So, as I said, I already played this game before, and I know what to do in this case. So I will not do it like the last time I played it, and try for, I think it took me 4 hours to get the right answer. I actually do know where despite it being quite obvious.
Ah, suddenly it's all coming back to you.
Yeah. I mean, I can just tell him where he lives. This is Malleolus. But if he kills Malleolus, the golden rule will trigger. So, I'm gonna lie to him. Yes, I saw him worshipping in a small corner shrine just inside the city, second building on the left.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live.
I cannot kill the assassins, because if I would kill him, I would trigger the golden rule. And then we all would die. But this is quite the funny conundrum. I can just tell him, oh, I can lie to him, because a lie doesn't apparently count as a sin. Yeah, stop whispering. And I can tell him, oh, you can't just conveniently go into a certain temple. Can just conveniently go into a certain temple that's close to collapsing and then killing him by accident. Which does not count as a sin. Figure out how to neutralize the armor. And now he's dead. It's an accident. So, we need the bow. And take the item. A bounty notice. By the order of Emperor Nero, all loyal sons of Rome are ordered to hunt and execute arsonist and murderer Heberius Quintius Crispus, a citizen from Aventry district of Rome. He is about 40 to 50 years old. He is average height, average build, has dark hair, has one green eye and one blue eye. He is typically clean shaven. He is a known associate of cultists and suffer from delusions of grandeur. Take it with us. Take the arrows and the single denarius. That's not a lot of money, just one. So. Rufius, I don't think we really have talked to you yet. Hello.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
What is your story?
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Seleucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads.
Yeah, exactly then. How is your day going? How are you? What in die da einfach hier?
Same way as everyone else.
Okay. We're still wearing your legionary armor.
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Why don't you have a weapon?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
You're not much of a talker, are you?
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
Ah, you're suffering from rheumatism.
Nobody is supposed to know about that. Did Lucretia tell you?
I figured it out on my own.
Gah. Look, I haven't been at my best lately. All my joints ache constantly, and the pain. It has a way of messing with your head. I get stirred up by things that shouldn't bother me, and then there's the statues, and my doubts about my faith. I just want to scream. You want to help me? Do what Lucretia hasn't been able to do. And find me something to make the pain go away. Until then, get out of my face.
Fair enough.
You there. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Go on.
Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues?
In fact, yes, we know because we already witnessed it. The statues come to life, fire golden bows, arrows at them.
And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly one or two of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination, golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
Yeah, I mean, I think actually it's an absolutely valid point. Decius is an absolute prick. But I do know we need to help him to progress a certain part of the story. But first of all, I think the Golden Goose is meant to be a cautionary tale.
Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you interested or not?
It's important to tell the tales in its full, otherwise the meaning is lost, you dingus. Sure, I'm interested.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Isn't she the wife of Apollon? Not really.
No problem.
Let me explain. I'm not sure.
Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a
don't think Diana rose.
quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand?
Golden bow?
Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know what.
But you want me to steal it?
Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
Isn't that extreme? Yeah, I mean, it's extremely dangerous.
Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind. Do you think he was worried about the danger?
Yeah, I mean, Prometheus was punished for eternity. Wasn't like Prometheus tied to a rock and then an eagle is eating his liver every day?
Only because he was silly enough to get caught.
Ah, yes, of course. Thank you, Decius. Why can't you do it yourself?
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you.
Why can't I just take it?
Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence my proposal.
Okay,
So, are you in, partner?
It's incredible. It's insane. If you don't feel like action or horror elements, feel free to decline. It's an interesting proposition. I'll do it, but don't ever call me partner.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment. And here we are, a gold leaf bow.
I guess we're doing this today. Actually quite well
Now,
made.
I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
This is... Yeah, the Shrine of... Extinguish the flames. Okay. A Roman man on his knees, if uttering a desperate prayer, clearly fell on deaf ear. Trace with fake. Why the braziers on again? Turn to Decius.
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow?
Yes, I have it.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you.
You locked me in here?
A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in, and until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus.
How is this not against the golden rule? You said we'd split the riches between the two of us.
No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it?
Such a prick.
I do love a good loophole.
He's such a prick. How can I trust you after you double cross me?
You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognize my own handiwork.
There's no way giving you this bow. I'll find another way out.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
Such a prick. He's such an incredible prick. And the golden bow actually works. We now have... So, we need to get down there. Get away from those. So the golden rule actually works. Oh. This guy has seen better days. So this is sponge stick. Or stick with a sponge attached. Pick up the sponge on the stick. Okay, this is the achievement I just got. This must be what the Romans used instead of toilet paper. It appears to be a communal use. Let's put this back immediately. Yes, it's actually a thing they apparently did. The Greeks too, and they didn't have toilet paper. Toilets were communal. And they used a sponge on a stick, which would be put in a bucket of water, and they basically shared it. Not very hygienic if you ask me, but you know. What you gonna do? Oh, and denarius. So. And when we draw the arrow, bow and the arrow, we can see what we can turn into gold. Like this here. Build your first thing. Actually, it's not the first thing, but... And now since this seagrass, or moss, or algae is now golden, we can walk on it. We can walk on this too. You know, jump on here apparently, because I'm an idiot. Press C to crouch, I press control. Works apparently too. Nevia's channel. Game 1.
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me, a rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and, disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that, even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Just imagination being trapped into like a golden statue. While living inside them, trying to escape. And can use this to climb. It's gonna hurt like hell trying to climb those sharp leaves. Gonna be cut all over and over and over again. But beggars can't be choosers, I guess. It's got severely cut multiple times. Oh boy, now we're here. I do remember this place. It's a very nice place. Nothing bad ever happens here. And closed doors. Okay, she barred the doors here. Arrows. A lot of arrows now. Moving. Isn't this lovely? This is lovely, isn't it? Oh yeah, we actually have a fighting portion in here. And yeah, heal statue. They're in pain. They try. It's a blessing to them if you re-goldify them. look for all the money best we can get.
You're not supposed to be here.
And it's honestly, as disturbing as all the situation is, it is kind of satisfying just kicking them away. So yeah, if we goldify the algae in the pool, we can also just goldify them again. Headshots also work. It's not the most skill application of my arrow. Archery skills. But we have enough arrows, so it shouldn't. Oh! Oh! That was convenient. I still just wanted to get up here. Stop hurting me! Beautiful, isn't it? I guess it's already goldified. Arrows. The game does give you a lot of arrows, so it can. God. This is basically just bones. I thought I had it. Scenarios. Here, up here. We could have avoided them, but honestly, why should I? More than enough arrows here after all. Okay. Still moaning. Yeah. It's just unsettling, to be honest. Oh. There were more of them. Oops. Should be fine. I'm a good archer after all. And a good kicker. I think there's one more, yes. Ah, now we're here. It's horrifying, but it's way too satisfying to do this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will definitely have to climb this one. Arrows. Key to the palace. Big guy.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Yeah. So, since we know those are Peel statues, you can see the torturing rack covered gold and blood. I guess you can imagine what did transpire here. What horrible fate those already tortured individuals went through. That's a nice pose. And turn the silk into gold too. I don't want to though, if I can avoid it. Because there might be treasure inside. Oh. And the you, and the you. I kick my way free here. Yes, there's a chest here. Oh, it isn't. I thought there's a chest. You scare me! Holy break. Thought there's a chest here. Guess there isn't. Well. There's a chest here. Not just my arrow. We have to climb over here. Oh, that has to hurt. Okay, I have to goalify them again. I feel so bad for them. They'll just suffer otherwise. I'll be doing them an actual favor. Hard as it sounds. That one. Sit. Honestly, I would rather like people throw me into the volcano and melt me alive. And having this fate befall me. Good thing this thing is made of. Burn. Bottle. Ah, I've made the fish sauce. I wonder how this tastes. It was like a condiment back in the Roman times. I did fish sauce.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place.
But that's how the statues came to life. We already, I mean, this was already obvious. That's basically how it went. As are starting in 20 seconds, by the way. So, gonna wait here until they're over. So I don't miss anything, obviously. For those who are not part of the sub gang. Just kidding. Just basically do a little break here. For y'all. I'm not gonna bomb break mode, but so then we wait. We're gonna pause in the meantime. The ads are over. So yeah, this is a bit of a. I think this is the creepiest part of the game. Gotta be honest. Just the I've already mentioned it before. Just the thought of being turned into gold like this. That a layer of gold is fused to your skin, and you're still alive underneath, or I assume you're alive under it, or whatever it is that remains afterwards. I assume a normal human would just like dehydrate or asphyxiate probably in first place, because you can't breathe anymore. Or starve eventually if asphyxiation isn't an issue as for some reason. But no. You basically become immortal in the most horrible way you could imagine. And it really does need to be a cruel god for something to allow this. Something to create this. I think this is like kind of the premise of the thing here. So I was not that surprised. I do remember all the goosebumps, or not goosebumps, just the feeling of uncomfortableness when I first entered this place. And I really, really, really would wish that I could completely forget that I ever played this game before this time. Because it was really something. Exploring this for the first time. Just amazing. But I think we are getting quite close to Nivena. And then we'll find more answers. And hopefully the cure for rheumatism. Okay. So, yeah, it's a robber. Let's continue. Okay, that's Salby. Hello. That startled me quite a bit. Oh, this was the arm. Okay, this was not W archering just now. Please stop breathing. God, this is really unnerving. The arrows get also absorbed into them, didn't they? They seem to be normal arrows, so it definitely depends on the bow. That this happens. Good golden statue. It appears to be dead. Evidently its death didn't break the golden rule. There's another one. Got a bit too maniac with it. I mean, the whole process is already quite maniac. Good lord. Lord. I think we're here now. Are you whispering to me through the statue song? I understand what you're saying. Must be Navia.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that.
It's nothing to do with me.
Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace. For her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her. To see her beautiful face. To hear her speak freely. Instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you?
Not just this statue whispering to me. A lot of them do. But it's always the same voice.
What do you mean, the same voice?
It's like someone else is whispering to me through the statues.
Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it?
No, I swear.
Liar! You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too.
I ended up here by accident. All I want to do is leave.
What? What are you talking about?
I got trapped in tunnels under the city and came inside the palace.
Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us?
Never had any intention of hurting you.
So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air. Coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut.
Wait, I can undo all this. You tell me the treatment for rheumatism.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
I can cover her in gold again.
What? How?
Golden bow. It became so pretty. Become so pretty. No rescue, no panda. It's not the story of the yokai in Japanese mythology that ask you if you're pretty. Want to be pretty like me? No, panda, no. Not like that. This golden bow is the weapon that encases people in gold.
Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll tell you what you need to know. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
Seems fair. Alright, stand back.
At least we'll all
Just
be
kidding.
golden together. You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. The treatment for rheumatism is willow bark. I believe there's a pot of it already in the shrine of Apollo. Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Goodbye, Nivea.
Go, and never return.
Good lord. So, now we got the golden bow. We got the treatment for rheumatism. Survive the palace. Oh well, how convenient. You can also use this. Whee! So, spent quite a lot of time in there. Probably the whole day's gone by now. Listen with their ears.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the...
Hey, Decius!
Hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. I think there might have been some confusion about my little practical joke earlier. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like two friends joking around at the Saturnalia, and then, surprise, I'd open the door. But when I opened it, you were gone.
I don't believe you.
Partner, I swear, this is just a misunderstanding. Look, why don't you keep our bow as compensation?
You mean my bow? Don't worry, I'm keeping it.
Fine, fine. It's a credit to you that you're able to see the humour in all of this. Now, can I help you with something?
Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
I don't, I'm afraid. But I did overhear Fabia telling Georgius she saw something.
We
Very
go
well.
now.
Another time.
This is Decius' house here. This is Fabia.
You took care of him?
I did. He had a tragic accident in the shrine.
An accident? So, it's over? Oh God, it's such a relief. I really thought we were all going to die. I do have a question though. That shrine, the one I was going to hide in, did you know it was going to collapse?
If I said yes, I would be admitting to murder.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. Oh, I should probably keep my big mouth shut then. Sorry. I promise, nobody else will ever know what you did. But I know. That was really clever. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, speaking of which, welcome. I'm Fabia. Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need anything?
Guess we killed a man today. It does happen. Usual thing, you know. What is your story though?
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
How did you end up here?
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me, a fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
Thought most of the others were Rome, whatever, forest. Saying you were. Just saying you were. He's right away.
Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. But the gods are mysterious and powerful. Who knows what their plans are for us?
She probably does not.
What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already? Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave? Good people here. Galerius works hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables, and Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes, and Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us. Well, he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days.
But I don't belong here.
Well, I can tell from your funny accent you're not from around here, but that doesn't mean you don't belong, does it?
Surprisingly open-minded if you think about it. No matter how you sound like, you still belong. Actually quite a nice message. What do you think of the golden rule?
Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about, will we?
I mean, she's not wrong. I do actually like her optimism.
Thanks. And I like your teeth. They're so white. And your clothes. Oh, I bet my friend Georgius would like to get a look at you. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the golden rule with you too. He'll be just across the forum in his shop.
We already met him, thank you. But talking about your friends, do you have any idea who might be threatening Virgil?
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this will help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who. It was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch and the light glinted off something metallic. Armour, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of three people. Horatius, Domitius or Rufius. I hope that helps.
It does help, thank you.
All right.
I'll be going now.
Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
Don't mention it. So, next thing is... Oh, yeah. Need to tell her that she needs Willowbrook. Figured out how to treat rheumatism.
You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
She's alive, but she just wants to be left alone. And the treatment is Willowbrook.
Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Thank you. Lot of finely shaved Willowbrook for medicinal purposes. Right, I can do that.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
No problem, I'll be going
All
now.
right. Well, thanks again for helping remove the thorn from the lion's paw. The spirit of Androcles smiles upon you.
So, we need to find Rufius, and we also need to find this priestess. Those are loud birds. She weeps where the water flows. Oh. Whee! I need to be careful not to jump into the chasm, though. Don't know where... I'm allowed to enter all the houses. As long as I leave when I'm asked to. Octavia. Equid. Yeah. Equidia is the priestess, if I remember correctly. She may be around here somewhere. Huh? No. Or it's just another door. I'm not allowed to go in there, I think.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Yes, why?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Ugh. Why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah?
Yeah.
So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground. And hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie. I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed. And it was eating Hannibal.
What did wouldn't that have broken the golden rule?
If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life, this was no man. More like a Strix, or some Versipelus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there, and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That's reasonable. And that's a great story, but it's still.
Well, it's your funeral.
I guess it is. Let's check this out. Do you think I remember? Oh, right, we do have a flashlight offer. There it is. Seems like one of them escaped. Should be safe now, I think. So, what do we have here? Lunar pendant. There's a Latin inscription on the back which reads "Send dear death." Must be Hannibal. I assume, at least. So. 765 denarius. Oh, wow. Okay. We can now pay off that sleazy son of a bugger. Crushed creature. Accumulate human-like creatures brought in gold. Appears to have crushed death while entering the cistern. The cave beyond. This, I think this is basically a tunnel that leads to the palace. So the creatures she by accident created used to, or one came through and another one tried. Not with us. Can we tell them that basically everything's alright here? Just be curious.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment.
Are you the one threatening Virgil?
Do I seem like anonymous threats are my style?
Fair enough.
Whatever.
I'll be going now.
Just remember, I'll be watching.
You'll be watching. I get it. So. Let's go to Malleolus. I'm over here too. And we do have to lock.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Yes.
Hello, Malleolus.
Decius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
So you're Quintius.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye. Just like the description in the execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes.
Which I'm actually quite
And
envious
I'm
about.
hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens.
Did he?
I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently Quintus also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
I can't prove it's you yet, but I will.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
Wanted to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands?
Yes.
Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because as soon as you win, you're going to break the golden rule.
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule.
You're going to arrest Santius for treason and sentence him to death by gladiatorial combat.
How could you possibly know that?
Jimmy just told me, you know all your secrets. Because I know the future.
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Okay, I have to leave then. Okay.
So you survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortune.
There's Equitia. Let me, in the meantime. I really don't like paying him. Yeah, the priestess. I'm just looking for this sleazy bugger. Wherever he is. There's Fabian. There's Gregorius. There's Virgil. I have no idea where Decius went to. Okay, then let's talk to the priestess first. Equidia.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
I've been asking people about how they wound up here, trying to find a pattern.
Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed?
Yeah, it's like you're already asking like a previous life or something. Yeah, we all talked about it. Mentioned people mentioning rivers. Some people mentioned memory leaps.
What else?
And some people mentioning an encounter with a stranger on the riverbank.
Yeah, it's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here?
Okay, I did. A young woman.
Did you happen to catch her name?
Karen.
I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
She was wearing a hoodie. How could you have known that?
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Alright, I'll meet you in the baths.
But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Okay, last time we couldn't do that because the electrical. It's always the Karens. There's actually at the beginning I was kind of hoping that this would come up again, but there was actually a line where she asked, "Oh, does Karen mean like a negative thing?" And you can answer, "Yeah, because of the memes." You can actually answer that, but it only seems to work for the first playthrough. Unfortunately. But there's actually a reason behind the name. I don't know if she explains it now, but it will be explained. The path we fell through. Beginning. That's where how everybody wound up here.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was Charon, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
Karen. Ferryman of the underworld. This place is the underworld.
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
So the ruler of the underworld in the Roman pantheon, also known as Hades in the Greek pantheon. I think, was it Set? The Egyptian? I think it was Set. So yeah, the Karen was actually Charon, ferryman of the underworld. The whole game began that we got fished out by the out of a river. Body was flowing in there, with some loose change by a woman named Karen wearing a hoodie. That's exactly why I like this game so much. Like, all those things come around again. It's so great. So we are dead.
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without going, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
So much lore indeed. This time I wasn't scared because I was exactly looking at chat and saw the redeem coming in before it was actually thrown, so joke's on you. I really need to tweak the sound a little bit though. I think it's a bit too loud in general. What can you tell me about Charon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman or even Greek, you would know these stories.
I mean, I do know them.
Slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
And we were found with some loose change in our pockets. And one piece of this loose change was 1 denarius, the money we started with. One singular coin we had with us from the beginning. Why didn't you all recognize Karen immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Why are so few people in the underworld? That's a valid question.
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Were you trying to keep this from me?
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help. I promise you.
That's all the questions I had.
Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
So this is probably a good point to mention. This game has different endings, by the way. I know of at least 3 of them. I wanna of course do the most lore involved one. As I call it, the true ending. I don't know if I show every ending though. I will definitely make the one I consider like the truest ending. Can we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
I noticed you seem uncomfortable calling the god of the underworld by his name. Why is that?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Tell me more of the confronting of Pluto head on.
Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Hercules could manipulate time or turn organic matter into gold. I mean, true. I don't know if we should mention that though. I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
I admit, you do seem different to anyone I've ever met. And even that lamp of yours looks like something Prometheus might have stolen from the gods. So, If you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
Okay, Antoon, can you tell me about the obelisk?
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
This is basically our ticket out of here. We need to collect those plaques. Where would I find a Roman plaque?
Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that. There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god. Theirs, of course. They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque.
Where would I find the Greek plaque?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
That's a very good idea. Where would I find the Egyptian plaque?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago.
Need to find him.
I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her.
Right, we weren't at the tavern at all. Where would I find the mystery plaque?
I'm afraid you're on your own with that one. But perhaps finding the other 3 will illuminate the way.
Let's talk about something. Okay, so we need to find the 4 plaques. And basically it's our main goal. And we still need to to meet the remaining citizens here. People. Citizen sounds a bit too formal, I guess. Tell me more about escaping with the help of Persephone, or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
It's basically it's exactly the same story of Hades and Persephone. Persephone. Although there are different versions of this tale, of this legend, Some say she was dragged down here. Some say she was tricked down here. Some even like she was kidnapped. And but there are also some that say that she did this willingly. And that her mother Demeter, I don't know the Roman name of Demeter, then basically brought upon years of drought and basically that almost no crops grew anymore, because Demeter is the goddess of agriculture, of plants, basically of nature in general, I think even. Until they found an agreement that Persephone is only allowed or only needs to be in hell, in the underworld, for half the time. Because Hades argued that she has eaten something in the underworld, and so she can't leave, but she only ate half an apple. So she's allowed to get out of the underworld for half her life. Or half the year, in this case. I think this is also... The emerging of Persephone is also linked to the arrival of spring. Something along those lines. It's a bit rusty on the details, to be honest, but something along those lines is how the story goes. So she might be willing to work against him to help us.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
I mean, I've come across this in my travels, but not in the travels in this game. Yet a female statue is whispering to me.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
It's always the same voice, and she's helpful, but a little cryptic.
Fascinating. Perhaps she is a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
Perhaps she said, wade against the current. The tears run through the city. She weeps where the water flows.
That is strange. There are no rivers here. Let me think on that.
Perhaps I need to get into the upper cistern?
Right, because the current flows into the city through the aqueduct and
Notice,
into
yes.
the upper cistern. I vaguely recall wondering what was in there, but the door at the back of the great temple is locked up tight. You might be able to get a key from the magistrate, but if that doesn't work, perhaps you can find another way in. Let me know if you find anything in there.
I'm ready to get started.
Right. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
Talk to Livia first.
In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Wanted to take a little dip here. So basically now... Find me, she says. But there's so much to do. We still need to find... Is Decius here right now? This is not here. We still need to find Rufius for the rheumatism medicine. Don't know where he could be. We also could talk to Galerius. We should talk to Livia. We haven't met Aurelia yet. We need to find the plaques. We should talk to Senatus. We still need to find Scintilla. I think Galerius is down here if I remember correctly. Bunch of goose eggs. Laid by the city's goose. I have an idea. Have you heard the tale of the golden goose eggs? I do think we need them for something, although I cannot remember for what. Nice flowers here. It's getting quite late, so I guess the election is soon upon us. Where does this lead again? I don't remember. Okay, so we need to more money. Just looking around, I don't really remember what's up here. Another golden purse. A bit loud here. Okay. We're up here now. There's a zip line. Oh, there's... We can goldify this. Go over here. Find a treasure. Finding treasure using the golden bow. Achievement unlocked. Okay, now. Oh, 250. I don't even know where we need for what do we need all this money for. How much do we have actually? 2,700. But we need only 1,000 for the thing for Decius. Oh, we're back here. We're on the backside of the temple. Oh, that reminds me. There's still... Oh, he's already... He probably did already jump. What? Do we still need to catch him? Ow. Okay, jump through down to this. The Sisyphus. Didn't equate... It looks like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the stairs. Didn't, according to the legend... Didn't he escape the underworld? But now we know we are in the underworld after all. I think if we... Yeah. You can still hear the... That there's still one of those creatures alive in there. Truly a horrible fate. No idea where everybody is. Oh. Welcome to the public toilets. Cepheus had an orgy. 4 girls here, disappointed all of them equally. Oh my god. Theophilus. Oh god. You know, you 4 girls and then couldn't satisfy them. Oh no. A little bit bad for him. Is it already time for the election? No, they're not. With talking to Dolly last time, I remember that much. I didn't remember that the days were so long here in this game. The Myth of the Golden Rule by Dorotas the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the gods responsible for the city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration. Here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rules upon us is oppressive and overreaching, deserving of our contempt. Who among us has not awoken at the night in a cold sweat, fearing some sort of accidental transgression of the Golden Rule? All of us, except that we are all capable of error, whether from a momentary lapse in judgment or a conscious decision based on a faulty reasoning. Yet the great threat, sword of Damocles, that we live under, I believe, merely a deception, and I shall prove it to you. Let me begin by dismissing the counter-argument. First, it may be argued that the inscription stating, "Many shall suffer for the sins of the one," is evidence that the Golden Rule is very real, but logical and sound, for we cannot, whom the writers knew anymore, read it. That this message was inscribed does not make it true, any more than if I were to inscribe Dorotas the Younger is a god. Second, it may be argued that the statues in this place are evident the Golden Rule is real. You need not remind me of that. It was I who discovered them all around the city. It was I who collected them, placed them in a handcart, placed them into the niches in which they sit today. I will not soon forget them, and yet refuse to leap to the conclusion that they were once real people. There is simply no evidence to support that conclusion. When we read the story of Venus bringing Euglamion, statue Galatea, to life, we do not believe it is true. Why should I take a different view here? But ultimately, arguments are just that. After years of living in fear, there's only one way for me to prove that the Golden Rule is a falsehood, and that is through action. Friends, I apologize in advance for this, but one day you will see this moment as a turning point in our city's history. Let us see, once and for all, if the Golden Rule is real, as I strike one of you a fist.
That lamp! Never have I seen its equal.
Thank you, Georges. You scared me quite a little bit, to be absolutely honest. So we're having an ad break come up. Hey, Georges. Greetings and salutations. I like Georges, he's friendly. A nice guy. So.
Citizen.
Ventius.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Okay. So, before we continue this, we're gonna make a small break. Not only because the ad's coming up, because I also want to take a small break. So I'll see you in a few minutes again, after the break. And then we continue talking with Sentius. Until... So, I'll leave you with this nice sound. get back. Oh. Oh. Okay, perfect. Okay. The election is up. Okay, so the day ends if the golden rule isn't triggered, the day will end the election. View it once again. Hello, Gregorius. We cannot talk to the others while the election is. And afterwards, they will have a different problem. We could talk to Dolius, but we already talked to Dolius so far. So I guess we could, meantime. Nothing else. 1,000 denaries. Oh no. Okay. So we will watch this. We already saw it last time, but for those who weren't here, let's watch it again. And we will use this opportunity once the golden rule is already broken to get the medicine from the stall from this Decius fella.
As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots, and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Malleolus.
Decius.
Malleolus.
Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus.
His name isn't even Malleolus.
Said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
And the golden rule has been broken. Let's just come to life. Have horrible aim, apparently. No. That's Virgil and Galerius trying to flee. Excuse me, I'm just taking this. Thank you. I mean, can't break the golden rule anymore than we already did. Okay. Time for the time skip. Trying not to die. I do wonder something though. Okay, they don't care. I mean, what was I thinking? Of course, the golden statues can't be goldenified. There's more. Yeah. Serpentine. Oh, yeah, we almost dead. Serpentine. Hey, there's Sentius. Sorry. We're going back. Oh, we almost died on way through. Follow the magistrate back to the shrine. We got all the stuff still. Sorry to blind you, Galerius.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Oh, he actually comments on the things I've done. And so we could tell him now to do certain things for us. So we don't have to do them every time.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
So we can now tell him you need to stop Fabia entering the empty shrine and tell the new arrival he'll find what he's looking for in there.
All right, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
That's it. Now go as
I'll
fast
go,
as you can.
But once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
It's fine. Need to ride zipline. Oh. That's probably because why the sack is here. Okay, so first of all, we now need to get a few things squared away at the beginning. There's Rufus, we talk to him later. But first of all, we need to give her the antidote.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium, but that Culus cumbulatus decius won't give it to me.
I have Sylphium resin here. Take it.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing, and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever...
I'm going to
That's
go
a
now.
shame. Thanks again for saving Julia's life.
Oh, God. Okay, Galerius did what we asked him to. The temple just collapsed. Okay, Julia need him. Jesus Christ. Scared the living crap out of me. So, Rufius, next for you.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
About your rheumatism.
What business is that of yours?
I figured out a treatment. Eat a pinch of this willow bark and you should feel better in no time.
Willow bark? And this will work? Oh,
This willow work. Okay, sorry.
finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching, and the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
Not mentioned, but do you know way out of here?
No, I don't. I did hear a rumor that Aurelia, the tavern keeper, has been offering to sell a way out. But I barely have two sesterci to rub together.
Okay, we already figured we haven't met Aurelia yet. I know where she is, but we never went there until now. What do you think about the Gold Room?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I get why. Yeah, I know that feeling. I lived through a pandemic. Can you tell when this game might have come out? Can you tell? Can you maybe tell? Sorry, had to.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think is coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right.
That doesn't help me.
An idea where I can find a Roman plaque.
No idea what you're talking about.
I owe you one.
All right. After this, we're square. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry, I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Head into the caves behind the theater. Turn right, then right again. Oh, and here. You'll need this key.
Key to the secret shrine.
You didn't get that from me.
Got it. Thanks. Are you the one threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about.
I do know it was him, but I think if I bluff it could. So we could have done either one of those.
See you around.
Going now. So, we need to talk to Julia. She should be up and running again.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Julia.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted?
My art is top tier.
I'm supposed to rest.
What did you do, Panda? What did you do? Should I be worried? I hope not. Can I ask what happened to you?
As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, it's just not safe for me to talk about it. Please, no more questions.
I want to know how someone poisoned you without breaking the golden rule.
The golden rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler.
Just did my own schedule and draw a panda. Oh, I assume you will be posting it on Blue Sky. Forward to seeing it. That who poisoned you?
Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
I have. I will look at it afterwards. Looking forward to it. I can tell you. I can't help you unless you tell me what happened.
persistent as Nemesis, aren't you? I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
Have all the time in the world.
All right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did.
Why would he lend you so much money?
I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock.
Hemlock is deadly poisonous, for those who don't know. I assume that's what she took.
Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes, and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
Surely that would have broken the golden rule.
That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa, confiscated everything I owned as collateral, and made me wear immodest, humiliating outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot."
Good God.
Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate one thing.
The hemlock?
My hemlock.
But you poisoned yourself.
I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it.
You are not exactly innocent in all this. Jesus Christ, I mean, holy. She wanted a way out. She was desperate. Cannot say this or mean it. Sorry to hear that.
I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid.
Nothing wrong in putting trust in people, but sometimes put trust into the wrong people, unfortunately. So what will happen to you now?
When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution. Honestly, it would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course.
Sorry, can I do anything to help?
I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape.
At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Huh. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
I have a bad idea. How much would it cost to buy your freedom?
A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelius set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him.
Perhaps I can help him too.
I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you.
I'll get to it right now.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Okay, we already saw him jump once. She weeps where the water flows. Okay, he's still standing up there. We have to hurry. Hurry. Run! You don't have any legs, but run! 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 I have to catch him. Yeah.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under
Yeah,
the golden
hello,
rule.
Octavia.
It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
Sorry, actually, I really need to talk to Ulpius.
Well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Try to talk to. Where's my mouse?
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Ulpius, can we talk?
Let me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire.
Just going to ask you what's wrong.
I screwed up my life. That's what's wrong. I borrowed money, and when I couldn't pay it back, I wound up in debt bondage. I'll be stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis Malleolus for the rest of my life. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love, I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
I mean, you could have grabbed him.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
Was it my fault?
That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted, moments after you arrived. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Okay, we didn't make it, unfortunately. But I think we have to get him out of the debt bondage first. And with that, we could actually get him out. Right, zipline.
come you're alive? Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's...
Oh yeah, another comment on me having the bow. I remember. We should... Rufus, Oh, okay, should do that. Got it. He didn't even like bat an eye.
Honored to have been elected. Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
Any idea where I find the Roman plaque? We're going now.
I trust you can...
Okay. To pay the debt bondage fee thingamabob here. There's also still Claudia up here. To talk to her. Or maybe she can help us with like his secret.
Supposed to be in here.
I know where you keep your valuables. Can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me?
How would you like some help to gain back a Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Malleolus is who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
Just a hunch. Was hoping we could figure out his true identity together.
You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
Should I choose the sleazy answer? I mean, actually, this is what I want, but this... I mean... I could also just say I'd rather not say. Let's go with this.
Look, if you're not prepared to reveal your motives, I can't help you.
Let's be honest.
To withdraw. Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but to ruin his plans to become a magistrate? You must think me quite mad. I've heard enough. Get out of here at once. Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
Okay. I have to use the sleazy answer next time. Got it. So we still need the information. Yeah, well, Domitius did a good job, didn't you?
What now? Whatever. Just remember, I'll be
watching, yeah. Let's try talk to Julia.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Just as always, priestess.
There she is. So, Julia, unfortunately.
Oh, it's you again.
Do you know where out of here I'll be going? What's your story?
All right.
I cannot talk to her about this. Probably for the better. So, need to talk to Sentius about all this has transpired so far. Putting it off quite a long time.
I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Lux, and we have had this conversation before.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened?
I couldn't stop. I did not break it. I couldn't stop it from being broken.
I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason?
May I have the key to the upper cistern?
I think it's best if I hang on to it.
Why?
You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access to our water supply, the lifeblood of this city? I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question.
What should I do? I mean, if I would poison it or whatever you're thinking, I would break the golden rule with it. I think you're hiding something.
Yes, our water supply. From you. I wasn't born yesterday. Poisoning a city's water supply is the oldest trick in the Codex. Quite literally. Aeneas the Tactician wrote a siegecraft manual for military commanders some 300 years ago, recommending the poisoning or pollution of cisterns. And I'm beginning to wonder if the culprit we're looking for might, after all this, be you. Perhaps it was a mistake on my part to place so much trust in you.
You can trust me, I promise. I'll fine, I'll let it go.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, was there something else?
Lying doesn't break the golden rule. We already know this. I'd like you to release Dolly.
You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is a liability we simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking around in places he should not have been.
What exactly did he do?
Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic. The law of the 12 Tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born, owing to his deformities. Here we see to it that he has food, water, and shelter, and most importantly, he is able to continue living. A privilege that would be taken away from all of us, were he to be released and commit the crime of trespass. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around him, and is an incorrigible rule breaker. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can go free. Now, was there something else?
Okay. I'll get back to
you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Okay, he's not much of help here. Oh, will I talk to her? I want to talk to Galerius. I think he should be down at the farm right now. And I think afterwards we might. We already talked to the priestess, thank you very much. And afterwards we might finish up for today. There he is. Hello, Galerius. Oh, hi. Oh, yes, probably ask how we knew and whatever.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
Let's try to be honest to him. I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Yeah, okay, Sisyphus, the old king that is punished to continuously roll a stone uphill and a increasingly steeper hill. And if he ever manages to... shortly before he finishes it, the hill gets so steep that the stone rolls back down. He has to start from the beginning for all eternity.
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over.
That is true.
Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Yeah, at least there's that.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
Thank you, Calaris. You're good.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right?
True.
And if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
He's a nice guy. Hello, Calaris.
I saw you slide down that rope before.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressive. And strange, too, since that device you used is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks. Oh, of course. It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop, isn't it?
Ah,
Anyway,
smart man.
I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor?
Sure thing. What do you need?
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope over the lake and made this pulley device, only I couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me?
Sure, why not? But why do you need it?
I don't really feel comfortable talking about it.
I mean, I know why he needs it. You have a little crush on someone?
Look, I'll tell you everything if you get it for me, alright?
Sure, why not?
Thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just whenever you get a chance.
I get right on
Alright.
it.
See you around.
Let's do this little thing again. I do know why he needs it. It's a very sweet gesture. Why he was talking about like those different menial tasks people would do, like Sisyphus, like the guy that just cannot reach the fruit, or let's say someone who tries to catch water with a sieve. And a bottle of wine. Possibly the last bottle of wine in the city. Let's take it. I don't remember exactly what we need the wine for, but I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh, we got it. That's the important part. Let's get the flower. And next time we talk to Livy and all the others. Oh yeah. I remember there's a chest room in here and you can only access it once the statues are alive. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of money in there. A bit of a risky venture. Might need a few tries. Jump! I meant to jump earlier. Yeah, this does need a few trial and errors. Yeah, nice that we actually need for like a quest. So. Did I get it? Ah, I just missed it. Okay, I need to jump very early, it seems like. What I always used to do. One more try. I say now. One more try until we get it. Oh, I got it! God dang it! I had it. I just pressed it the wrong time. Ah. I mean, I would probably like broken a leg at the attempt of trying this in real life. I mean, I landed with my shin on the rock. This must have hurt. Like a lot. Right, zipline. I got off. Yeah, I know it's all up to me to get those flower. Those flower. This flower. Singular one. I mean, can you just like climb on top of here? You don't really need a zipline for this, let's face it, but you know. Maybe Galerius can't swim either. Although he didn't seem to be afraid of falling into the lake. Too late again? Too late again. Basically need to jump off immediately. Okay, 5 times the charm. A fifth time. Fifth is one of those English words I just cannot pronounce properly. Fifth. Same with rural. Rural. Okay, that was way too early. That was way too early. 6 times the jump. 6 times the jump. That is. 6 times. 6 times the jump. Just trust me. You're adorable. Adorable. I'm adorable. I am adorable. Got it. The doorbell got it. Sorry, Panda. Sorry. I know if you're dyslexia. Just wanted to be smart. I make me fool myself even more. Okay, Galerius is up here. So, probably looking for
citizen
Rufius. Looking for Dolly, probably. Hi, Galerius.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend.
Salve.
What's on your mind?
I got the flower.
Brilliant! You did it! Well done! This is going to make her so happy. Equitia, I mean. Now I just have to figure out how to give it to her. What I really want to do is walk up to her, give her the flower, and confess I've been madly in love with her since the moment we met. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling that the consequences could be terrible.
What still could happen? I was confused for a second, but that explains that I'm a failure. You are not a failure, Panda. Nonsense. I mean, look at me. I cannot even speak English properly. Despite me doing it for, I think, at least 12 years. I still cannot speak it properly. Cannot even pronounce fifth.
You mean, aside from her execution? You see, Equitia is a Vestal priestess, meaning she's taken a vow of chastity, the breaking of which would be an extremely serious affront to the gods and a capital offense. Even if she was just suspected of being unchaste, it could lead to her execution. Unchaste Vestals get buried alive. Oh, and I'd get flogged to death for good measure. But at the same time, she's just so kind and graceful, and I feel so much love for her that if I don't tell her, it'll burn a hole in my chest. I don't know what to do. What do you think? What would you do?
Honestly, Panda, the same goes for German with me. I literally, like I said, my stream was like a bit delayed because I had a friend over when we were actually talking about the fact that we cannot even speak German properly because I constantly slip all my words. So, like, I'm not bad. I have 2 languages and can't speak anyone properly. I'm not a relationship counselor. Figure it out on your own. I think you should tell her how you feel. Consequences be damned.
Now that I hear you say that out loud, I hear how crazy it is. I think maybe I need to be a bit more cautious. What I need is a go-between. Someone who can tell her how I feel and find out how she feels without risking her life. What do you say? Do you think you could help me one more time?
Alright.
Wonderful! Now, all I need you to do is give her the flower and tell her it's from a secret admirer. Tell her I'll keep my distance and that I just want her to know that she's loved.
That's actually sweet.
Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Come back as quick as you can and tell me what she says.
That's actually sweet. Police note. Where's Equia though? She's probably in her house. Oh, balcony. Hello. Hello, Equia.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia.
She has a bit of a crazed look on her face though. I wonder what happened when I say this. Can I ask some questions about escaping the underworld?
I beg your pardon?
Maybe I was right. We are in the underworld.
Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about hero Hercules.
Okay, this is... Alright, better get going. Okay, we already know this. Just was curious what would happen if I asked her that. Ave. Someone wanted me to give you this flower.
Oh, how
Yoink.
lovely. It just happens to be my favorite too. Who do I have to thank for this?
I'm supposed to tell you it's from your secret admirer. And that he'll keep the distance. They just want you to know you're loved.
I see. So, it's from Galerius then?
God damn it. Galerius, stop making it so obvious. You know already?
Of course I do. I think everyone in
Oh,
the city
gosh.
knows. That man is a wonderful human being, and my favorite person in the world. But he is the least subtle secret admirer you could imagine. The way he looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort too, suspending that rope above the lake, inventing that pulley device all on his own. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, trying to summon the courage to seize it. Oh, my heart.
It's actually so sweet. It's so sweet. What I should tell him?
Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So if we ever make it out of here, and he doesn't mind waiting a few years, then tell him I love him too.
No, no, that's so sweet. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear it.
I hope so. See you
Okay, we
again
gotta
soon,
tell.
I
We have to tell him. No. Okay, typical case of you are absolute oblivious to everything.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend.
Hi, Galerius.
Now, what's on your mind?
I delivered the flower to Equia.
Thanks. What did she say?
So first of all, she knew it was from you. She asked me to tell you that once she turns 36, she's allowed to marry, and that she loves you too.
Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you. All I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in.
I don't know where, but I don't need any.
Thank you, friend. But I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anyway. In the rock tunnel near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. I hope that helps in some way.
Yeah, we already found that statue. I forgot that he's gonna tell us.
Hope you find a way
How's it
to
going?
break that cycle you're in.
I like Galerius a lot. Galerius and Equia are probably the nicest people around here. At the least psychotic ones. So, but I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Because I'm getting quite sleepy. Had a long day. And I still have to eat something for supper. And it's already 10 PM. So, yeah. Save the game real quick. I've already been playing like 3 hours already, so I think it should be a fine time. Hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I really like the game, and I can only ask you if you really want to experience the game, or especially the ending for yourself. I will eventually go to the what's the ending, and I will put out a warning before that too. But if you want to experience it yourself, I highly recommend it playing yourself. I mean, you saw already like a few things here and there, but it's really a game worth playing by yourself. I just wanted to share it for those people who like, not want to spend the money or don't have just the time to play it. Plus, it is an excellent game for a storyteller like me. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed it. Thinking of getting it when it goes on sale. Absolutely recommend it. Absolutely recommend it. Like, unfortunately, like, if you watch this, the stream so far, and maybe even the last one, you already know, like, a few things that are going on. And there's actually even a disclaimer, I think. Can I quit? Does it quit the entire game, or does it go back to the main menu? Okay, it just quits the entire game. Or no, it doesn't. Actually, a little thing. Just show it real quick. There's a little on this side here. A little disclaimer for content creators, even to not to give a disclaimer before the so-called white hallway. We have not seen the white hallway yet. I will not tell you when it is, obviously. But it's obvious, and I do remember once you get there, this disclaimer will pop up again. And I think it's very cool that they even have this disclaimer here. So yeah, the ending is really something I want to show on stream too, but I will also give out the disclaimer before it starts, because it's unfortunate that I already know it. Such a cool reveal. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll see each other on Thursday again for probably Okami. I really want to get through with Okami. No, Octopath Traveler is next, I think. Octopath Traveler. We played Okami on Saturday, if I remember correctly. So it's Octopath Traveler time. I want to get through Octopath Traveler and Okami at one point eventually. Those games turn out to be way longer than I anticipated in. I assume we will get through the Forgotten City in the next 1 or 2 streams, since I already know how long it goes. And I take my time with it. Like, I could definitely have finished it today. But yeah. You're more organized than I am. I mean, I don't know about that. I'm just a very completionist, you could say. I want to finish this stuff because I know I will not finish anything if I continue. If I continue like, oh, we're starting something new. That's also the reason why I haven't started my Skyrim playthrough yet. That's I have already like 2 more games I want to play lined up. But I hold myself back because I want to finish something first. And we're not going into ad break now because the stream ends soon anyway. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm organized, I'm not sure. But especially I think with story games, it's important to, if you want to play through the entire story, that is, to like not discontinue it for too long. At least my opinion. And so yeah. But I've already installed like a few of those games. I can see them right now on my desktop. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to eventually playing all of those. Some of them I haven't even played at all yet. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a lot of fun. By the way, it is entirely possible, or it may be so for those people who watch the stream on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday. The Traveler's Rest stream. It's probably, not surely, but probably I won't be streaming Traveler's Rest for quite some time until they get an update to this, because I figured out the vast majority of the content it currently has we already seen. And I think it just will be more fun if we wait for the next update to continue it. Maybe I'll throw it in between because I want to do something relaxing. That's also possible. I mean, we can still decorate the entire tavern there after all. But I digress. We are going to end the stream now because I'm getting quite hungry and I want to eat something. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun streaming for you all again. And let's have a little look who we may be raiding today. What raid? Oh, we could raid Alicia. Gosh, much enjoyed. Or let me look. Maybe we raid something new today. Maybe someone we haven't raided before yet. Let me have a look. Let me just find someone at random this time. And I think I've done this once before. I kind of want to do it again, unless some of you has a specific recommendation of who we might raid. But I think I feel like otherwise raiding someone at random today. I've never really done that much. So let me browse real quick. Live channels and look for VTubers. Hashtag. Maybe not from highest to lowest. Why has XQC the VTuber tag? I still don't get it. I think I saw this once before. I think the last time I tried to I rated it random. Why? I don't get it. But yeah, let's try rating a smaller streamer. Maybe not rating XQC. Kind of funny, but probably quite stupid. German VTuber. Not gonna rate a German VTuber. That would be kind of probably not quite fitting, since probably most of you don't understand anything there. Looks like one person. Game or something. Someone looks cool. Playing on Exile. See you tomorrow. Oh, okay. Just ended stream apparently. Okay, not gonna rate them. Apparently, look, just close stream. well, okay. That just happened. What are the odds? God dang it. Okay, you love to see. You love to see it. It's stupid. Okay. What do we have here? Just chatting. Should be asleep. Okay, this
Hi, Ben.
looks funny. Yeah, has a mustache. Mustache makes it funnier. That's Haley Twee. Norwegian apparently. Yeah. Let's rate her. I don't know her. Looks funny. Let's rate her and well. Anyway, this is the end of the stream. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun. And we'll see each other on Thursday, hopefully. Until then, have a nice rest of your day. Bye-bye.